My name is Nathaniel Wilder, and I'm a photographer and filmmaker from Anchorage, Alaska. And for this film, which has yet to be named, I am the director and the producer and the still photographer on this project. And it's an independent film that we're making about Prairiewood and its conservation efforts. I was immediately struck by this place. Coming from Alaska, I photograph all over the state. Like, that's what I do professionally. So I get out into a lot of like the wildest places in our country and photograph. And something struck me about, in as small of a scale comparatively to what I'm accustomed to, the immediate sense of wild and wilderness almost that I felt within this contained area and this land here. I was moved by Kail's love for it, and hearing Kail speak about the place and learning about it over the course of that afternoon, that morning that I spent with them, both Kail and Beck, was it just moved me and it stuck with me. Seems like there could be an interesting film here to talk about their efforts, and then started to move forward on actually making the film a reality.
My name is Tom Attwater, and I am the director of photography and editor for this project, and work with Nathaniel to bring his vision to life. He got assigned to come down here to do some commercial work highlighting Prairiewood, and was so inspired he wanted to make a film about it. The idea of sort of exploring what Kail and Beck are doing here with Prairiewood was really enticing for that reason, because I saw it as one of few opportunities for the public to be able to access the Flint Hills.
My name is Kail Katzenmeier.
And I'm Kail Katzenmeier, and we are the founders of Prairiewood.
Nathaniel came back to Prairiewood over and over. He was so intrigued with what was happening in Kansas, especially having been so many other places. And he was just intrigued with how little public land there is here in the state, even though there is so much land. He was really enthralled with how little wild public land there was, and the fact that we were doing sort of this mom and pop business to try to protect it.
I think it started with him sort of leaning in on his second or third visit and saying, I think there's a story here that needs to be told. This story needs to be told through film. I mean, we watched our visitors come and are so moved and compelled by the prairie and the tallgrass and the preservation and all the things we believe land can do for the human heart and the human soul. But there is something about having someone completely unrelated recognize that and then also want to tell that story. That's it's been very compelling. It's been pretty profound.
You know, we really, day in, day out for the last 15, 20 years have had our heads down doing something that we know is important, and yet you really also just feel like little people trying to do big things. And the fact that Nathaniel and then Tom wanted to do an independent film on the work that we have been doing was validating for what we've been really working on, and humbling and moving. And in fact, it also probably provided some encouragement to keep doing what we can do in this moment with what we have.
I hope the message of Nathaniel's independent film is not just look at Prairiewood, but to look at the world and imagine the kind of world we want to live in, and then do what's needed to go help make that world. And if joining us in that is part of that, great. But it's bigger than us. It's not really about Prairiewood. It's about asking the question, what kind of world do we want to live in?
And I hope that people watch the film from Montana, Alaska, all over the place, and people from Kansas, and think this country has something really special in the middle of it, and we should take it seriously and not just drive through I-70 as fast as we can and try to stop and go for a hike in the Flint Hills.
We are hoping that the film inspires, I think, the story of Kail and Beck and the work they've put in to this project. We just hope to bring something new to the table in the world of storytelling that provides people a new way to think about Kansas, a new way to think about prairie, and a new way to think about the possibilities in conservation.